If you don't get out of the box you've been raised in, you won't understand how much bigger the world is. Make bold choices and make mistakes. It's all those things that add up to the person you become. When other little girls wanted to be ballet dancers, I kind of wanted to be a vampire. We care for each other and care about our family, and we are both working towards the same goal. War is so complex, human nature is so complex. There's no filmmaker who has ever figured it out perfectly. I didn't even know I needed throw pillows. That was always Brad's thing. Our diversity is our strength. What a dull and pointless life it would be if everyone was the same. Life comes with many challenges. The ones that should not scare us are the ones we can take on and take control of. I think if you make a good movie, people walk away arguing. What nourishes me also destroys me. Once you have 6 children, you're committed. I probably wouldn't have made it this far if I were a refugee. I don't like perfumes that are too strong or sweet. I like a fragrance that is earthy and sensual and can be worn at any time. When I was little, I didn't relate to princesses. I saw Maleficent, and I just thought she was so elegant. I never woke up and thought, I really want to live a bold life. If I think more about death than some other people, it is probably because I love life more than they do. Wherever I am, I always find myself looking out the window wishing I was somewhere else. I am a strong believer that without justice, there is no peace. No lasting peace, anyway. I try to lead by example, being conscious of others and being responsible. All women do have a different sense of sexuality, or sense of fun, or sense of like what's sexy or cool or tough. I've been reckless, but I'm not a rebel without a cause. I always play women I would date. When I get logical, and I don't trust my instincts, that's when I get in trouble. If I make a fool of myself, who cares? I'm not frightened by anyone's perception of me. Every woman is different when they go through menopause, and I didn't know emotionally how I would feel. I feel matured in a way that I'm happy about. I'm at this other stage in my life, and it's not a bad thing at all. Ever since I dated a woman, I know what it is to grab a curve on a woman's body. Skinny's not fine when the lights are low. I'm getting a wrinkle above my eyebrow because I just can't stop lifting it, and I love that, you know. The fact is I am not having sex. But I feel absolutely ripe for the, what would you say? Plucking? I loved being Maleficent. I was quite sad to put my staff down and put my horns away because somehow, she just lives in a different world. I think I should learn French and be a better cook, basic, really good life stuff. I'm not somebody that thinks about destiny and fate, but I don't walk away from it when something unfolds. I never like being touched, ever. People used to say I held my breath when they were hugging me. I still do. I do have tattoos, and I do wear leather, but there are other sides of me that my film express. I am odd looking. I sometimes think I look like a funny Muppet. Everyone got kind of crazy with me mentioning I was in love with a woman. If you ask people what they've always wanted to do, most people haven't done it. That breaks my heart. I'm always doing something. I never shut my brain off. I always have something going on. Real food, I've found, is actually better than dieting. I like everything. Boyish girls, girlish boys, the heavy and the skinny. Which is a problem when I'm walking down the street. If I didn't have my films as an outlet for all the different sides of me, I would probably be locked up. I never felt settled or calm. You can't really commit to life when you feel that. My children love Maleficent's voice, so they always make me do it at home. When I was growing up, I wanted to adopt, because I was aware there were kids that didn't have parents. It's a great thing about being pregnant, you don't need excuses to pee or to eat. Honestly, I like everything, boyish girls, girlish boys, the heavy and the skinny. Therapy? I don't need that. The roles that I choose are my therapy. I'm odd looking. Sometimes I think I look like a funny Muppet. I'm a woman, and anytime you tell a woman that she looks nice, it's not going to upset her. I get impatient with people working on a film that have their head in their hands like it's the most complicated thing in the world. Sometimes, women and families put themselves last until it manifests itself in their own health. I wanted to tell the story of Luong Ung, who's a dear friend of mine. If you're going to spend 2 years of your life on something, it has to matter to you, you have to be passionate about it. I'm terrible at reading scripts. I love to read, and I hate reading scripts. The loss of a child is my greatest nightmare. To be clear, we have fights and problems like any other couple. My whole family have all been through a difficult time. My focus is my children, our children. We will always be a family. Always. Every 3 months, I'll say, "Honey, I think I should learn how to cook." Men don't really like skinny, do they? My mother was an earth mother and the nicest person in the world. I was the punk outsider who nobody messed with. I was fearless. At 16, I graduated and moved out. I love Brad in every state. If something inconveniences my children too much or takes me away from them, I won't do it. I cannot sit still. It is really funny when people say you'd be obvious for a great villain. I was very worried about my mother, growing up a lot. I do not want my children to be worried about me. I don't let a lot of reporters meet my children. We travel often to Asia, Africa, Europe, where they were born. There are many things I do where the center of it is. It's almost more my humanitarian work than art. This has been my life for many years, one role feeds the other. I'm doing more of my UN work and doing the African Union Summit and things like that. I tend not to look back and dwell on a project once it is finished. I imagine I will be less involved in film and be focused more on family and foreign affairs. My mom always wanted me to be an actor. And I started going to theater and going on auditions young. I like to work with artists from around the world. There are so many new inspiring filmmakers. Let's embrace being not normal. I'm in a rare position where I don't have to do job after job. I can take time when my family needs it. I've played real people before, but I never knew them. He knows my limitations and where I'm a good wife and a good mom. Just be a cool grandpa who's creative, and hang out and tell stories and read a book in the library. There are certain things that bother me and certain things that don't. Personal attacks on me? I think I'm just so used to it. When I feel I'm doing too much, I do less if I can.